In the business of news are concerned, that is all of us on this side here excepting Rajiv, anything that excites and creates news is worth it. But let us also look upon ourselves as citizens. We need to take a call on certain questions that have come up that are beyond that of any election. They said that the difference between a politician and a statesman is a politician thinks of the next election, a statesman thinks of the next generation. We have to think of the country first. India is one of those great countries that has been endowed with a vibrant press long before it became independent and democratic. It was the press and the profession of law that spearheaded the movement for freedom, along with those of the media, has never been more evident than September 2010. Why do I use the term September 2000? Why do I use September 2010 as a cutoff mark? If you look back into the history of the media, you will see that from 1947 to about 1977 was a phase that Indian democracy, Indian freedom, Indian choices were articulated, argued, buttressed, and fought out on the floor of Parliament. It was in Parliament that most of the misgivings of the nation were brought out. Many a house tumbled, many an MP was sent to jail. Parliament never worked at that. 77 onwards, it was not the same thing ever again. From 77 onwards till about 1999, 2000, when the skies were opened up to private television, it was the age of the press. I can go and give you any number of examples where the press got at everything, the print media. From 2000, 2001 onwards till 2009, it was both. And this was the heyday of a combined exercise in vigilance and, of course, pulling down many an icon. Again, any number of examples, but I'm supposed to moderate, not to lecture. I'll cut it short. But it's 2010, September to be more precise, that one after the other certain number of incidents come out. A CAG report comes out, the Commonwealth Games happen, the series of incidents, the radio tapes come out, the press goes, the electronic media goes hammer and tongs, that is, the print media follows, and trial by media starts. Trial by media as a term which is used in a popular sense, not in either an applaudsive sense or in a pejorative sense. Now, this power that the media has acquired unto itself immediately bestows upon itself the responsibility that somebody like Feroz Gandhi would have to have when damning his own government on the floor. It brings upon itself a certain amount of circumspection before firing the first bullet. Genetically, I'm not in favor of counter. It doesn't matter what post one is in. But imagine the power of the simple tweet and the simple SMS versus the power of causing harm. The same thing occurs on a daily basis. So when we talk of the newfound power of the media, we must remember today that we are at the crossroads. A large part of India believes, and rightly so, I belong to most of that school of belief, that the executive is at fault. It is at fault because of some of its genetic programming, some of its attitudinal problems, some of its structural engineering. The legislature is not above board, or at least many of the members are not above board. This is what many people feel. The judiciary is often felt as something that slows down justice. I am talking of popular perceptions. If that is a state of angst about the three major pillars of democracy, the press, media in all its forms, print, electronic, radio, even social media, new media, was taken to be the articulator, the aggregator of such opinion, so that they be placed before those who decide. But then there is a relationship that has been coming over the years that make many people, many common citizens wonder whether that degree of detachment is there. When a member of the press is also a member of a political party, when a member of a political party starts 14 TV channels in a southern state and owns 4 newspapers in that state, do you expect a fair, does he do it for the purpose of presenting a fair, unbiased news, or does he do it for the sake of what he believes is right? So here are these questions that come in with the proliferation of the media, with the increasing power, the muscle power that the media has, with the voice and the imagination of India that the media has captured. It has also acquired and magnetized unto itself a responsibility for which it may not have been fully prepared. One also fails. If this one also caves in, if the fourth estate caves in along with the other three, we can see ahead of us something of an unrestricted eruption of public angst that defies the very basis of a constitutional and a proper method of governance. Government or governance cannot be decided on the streets. We see often examples of lynching, but that is not a way a civilized government functions, however much be the anger one may have against one's action.